Hi and welcome. I'm Lisa. Thanks for joining me here on the Imagine Crafts YouTube channel. Today I'm sharing a card that is great for Valentine's Day, or you could use it throughout the year, and it's super simple to mass produce. Now I'm using Memento Inks in the colors Teal, Zeal, Rhubarb Stalk, and Rosebud. I'm going to be using my MISTI for this card. It just makes things a little bit easier, but you can use any stamp positioning tool you have or acrylic blocks. I'm going in with a 4 1/4 by 5.5 inch 110-pound card base, and I'm using a heavier card base because I'm stamping directly onto it. I place the card in the MISTI, and then I'm going to go ahead and center my stamp up. I'm going to pull my stamp down to about a 1/2 inch from the top. Now your stamp placement will, of course, depend on what stamp you're using. I'm going to ink the stamp up with Rhubarb Stalk ink, close the lid, and lightly run my hand over that. And then I'm going to repeat that step one more time. We're going to go ahead and remove this card base and place another one in. And we're going to stamp the heart with that Rhubarb Stalk ink again. And we're going to continue repeating this until all our card bases are stamped. Now, once we finish this one, I'm only doing 3 card bases in this video, but you could easily do 15 of these cards in no time at all. I went ahead and I cleaned that stamp off, and I'm going to move this card base up to 1.5 inches and ink it up with the Rosebud ink and stamp it. And I'm going to go ahead and grab another card base, slide it in, making sure the bottom of my card is at that 1.5 inch point, and then ink it up, stamp it, and then repeat that all over again. Now you can tell this is a very repetitive process, but it's good for when you need a lot of cards at one time. So let's wipe this stamp off one more time and run through that again. We're going to move our paper up 1.5 inches again to keep the distance between our stamp the same. And I'm going to come in with Teal Zeal ink. I'm going to ink up the stamp, close the lid, stamp it, and repeat that process. Now, once I have all of the card bases done, we'll go ahead and stamp our sentiment. Now, I'm using Memento Inks because they dry so quickly. And remember, this is supposed to be a quick and simple technique, so you don't want to have to worry about your ink smudging while you're rushing through this, because you do kind of get in a flow with this, and it just starts. You don't have to think about it. It's a mindless task is what I call it. So I wanted you to see there that the ink didn't soak into that paper. So you're good to go there. Now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to stamp my sentiment while I have my MISTI out, and I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and I'm going to stamp the word love 3 separate times. Now I'm using a stamp that has a coordinating die, but you could easily stamp this straight onto the card base. You could use any word or sentiment you want with this. I just decided to use the word love because I really like the way it looks with this heart. Now I'm going to go ahead and run this through my die cutting machine, and I'm going to be cutting 6 extra so that I can stack 3 together for each card. Now for the extra, I'm not going to stamp those. I'm just going to run those through the die machine with white cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and spray the card bases with the sheer Shimmer Sparkle Spray and set them aside to dry, and then go ahead and start stacking these together with my on point glue and set them aside to dry. Once you have everything together, you're going to go ahead and adhere these to the card bases with that on point glue. And then I do believe this finishes up the quick and simple cards. Okay, leave a comment below letting me know what you think of this quick and simple card. Is this color palette something you would use for Valentine's Day or not? I hope you enjoyed joining me and that you were inspired enough to head into your crafty space and create something amazing today. Be sure to click that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified of new content to this channel. And if you want to click that thumbs up button, that would be awesome. As always, know how much we appreciate you joining us here on the Imagine Crafts YouTube channel. And until next time, keep crafting.